It is May 24, 2005, the day the students of Mountain Brook High have long awaited. The graduating class is receiving their diplomas and will be officially released. Accordingly, the mood at the high school is exuberant. The students are more than relieved to have their diplomas in hand. The entire event is set to be celebrated in the coming days with an unofficial graduation trip to the Caribbean island of Aruba. The graduates look forward to 5 days of sun, cool drinks, and endless sandy beaches. At this point, no one can foresee the tragic turn the trip will take, as one student from the graduating class will never return from this trip. Two days after the graduation ceremony, 124 students from Mountain Brook High make their way to the airport, eager to start their adventure. For the parents, there is little cause for concern. The trip is undoubtedly as exciting for them as for their children, but the holiday island of Aruba is a peaceful place. In the USA, the Caribbean island is very popular as a tourist destination and has a good reputation. The local bars are probably the biggest danger for the young people. Unlike in the USA, alcohol consumption is allowed in Aruba from the age of 18. However, 7 adult chaperones have agreed to fly with them. Some teachers from Mountain Brook High are also on the unofficial graduation trip and have agreed to check on each student once a day. This should significantly ease the minds of all the relatives. Among the travelers is 18-year-old Natalee Holloway. In her circle of friends, she is known for her good mood and fun spirit. Like most other students at Mountain Brook High, she comes from a well-to-do middle-class family. Natalee's parents are separated but get along well, and she has a good relationship with her mother's new husband. She goes to church as part of a dance team and volunteers. She is also an excellent student and has been accepted to the University of Alabama. She is eagerly looking forward to the well-deserved break in Aruba. Her mother, Beth, drops her off at a friend's house on the day of departure. From there, she heads to the airport. Beth gets Natalee's bag out of the car and gives her a goodbye kiss. It is the last time she will see her daughter. Carlos and Charlie's is very popular in Aruba. Many young adults visit, and even those under 18 can easily sneak in. Initially, Natalee's friend group is alone, but soon Joran, along with his 2 friends Deepak and Satish Kalpo, join them. The teenagers party for several hours, enjoying the music and drinking alcohol. One of Natalee's favorite songs is played, and the atmosphere is great. Despite having a few cocktails, Natalee doesn't seem particularly intoxicated. Throughout the evening, she talks repeatedly with Joran van der Sloot. Some classmates think they are flirting, while others believe Joran is making advances that Natalee gently rebuffs. At 1 a.m., Carlos and Charlie's close and the party night ends. The guests leave, trying to catch taxis to go home or to their hotels. Amid the chaos, Natalee gets separated from her friends. Outside the bar, there is such a commotion that her friends don't even notice her absence. A classmate sees Natalee talking with Joran and the Kalpo brothers before getting into the back seat of a silver car belonging to one of the brothers. It is the last time Natalee Holloway is seen. When her mother, Beth, learns of the situation, she immediately heads to Aruba, as does Natalee's father. Natalee's passport is in her room along with her luggage, suggesting she hasn't left the island. Initially, they hope Natalee might be nearby. To avoid alarming the other students, they are given only fragmented information. It isn't until shortly before their flight that they learn Natalee hasn't come to the airport. Her friends are shocked. At home, they learn from their parents that Natalee is missing. One teacher from Mountain Brook High remains on the island to help with the search. He questions the hotel staff, but no one has seen Natalee. So he goes to the police to file a missing person report. However, in Aruba, an 18-year-old is considered an adult who can move freely. The police tell him he must wait 24 hours before filing a report. Natalee's friends and family do everything in their power to find her quickly. On the phone, her friends tell Beth everything they know, reconstructing Natalee's last known movements. Her trail ends at Carlos and Charlie's. Several witnesses confirm seeing her get into a car with 3 young men, one of whom is Joran van der Sloot. The 17-year-old had been seen with Natalee earlier at the casino. Originally from the Netherlands, he moved to Aruba as a child with his parents. He and the Kalpo brothers seem to be the last people to see Natalee Holloway. The police are brought in the next day, and the investigation begins. Chapter 4. The Arrests. On June 5, 2005, 2 security guards from a neighboring hotel are arrested in connection with Natalee's disappearance. possibly based on Joranne's statement about a security guard. However, they are released a week later due to lack of evidence. 10 days after Natalee's disappearance, Joranne van der Sloot and the Kalpoe brothers are arrested. The police can hold them on suspicion, but must soon provide concrete evidence. Their homes and Deepak's car are searched. A fourth man, Steve, who knows the Kalpoe brothers, is also arrested but later released. Joranne's influential father, Paul van der Sloot, is briefly detained but also released. As the investigation progresses, Joranne and the Kalpoe brothers give conflicting stories, first saying they left Natalee at the beach, then at her hotel. Despite these contradictions, the police have no solid evidence to hold them. In July 2005, the Kalpoe brothers are released, and soon after so is Joranne. Chapter 5. The Media. Natalee's family tirelessly searches for her while dealing with intense media scrutiny. The case affects Aruba's tourism, with bookings dropping by 7%. Beth, Natalee's mother, calls for a boycott of Aruba until Natalee is found, causing tension on the island. A manipulated video aired on Dr. Phil shows the Kalpoe brothers supposedly confessing, further straining relations. When Beth visits Aruba, there are protests against her. Despite the challenges, Beth continues her quest for answers, even meeting with Joranne's parents, who she believes are hiding something. Chapter 6. Joranne van der Sloot. Despite being repeatedly questioned, Joranne van der Sloot is released. He returns to the Netherlands and gives a TV interview, presenting yet another version of events. He claims Natalee wanted to sleep with him, but he left her on the beach alone. Natalee's friends doubt this story, knowing her character. In 2007, Joranne publishes a book about his experiences. Despite multiple arrests, there is still no concrete evidence against him, and the case goes cold. In 2008, Dutch journalist Peter de Vries claims to have a confession from Joranne, who says Natalee had a seizure and died. However, this confession is discredited when the alleged accomplice is found to be elsewhere. Joranne continues to change his story, even claiming he sold Natalee to human traffickers, a claim he later admits was false. Chapter 7. Peru, 2010. In June 2010, Joranne van der Sloot becomes the prime suspect in another murder case in Peru. Stephanie Flores, a 21-year-old woman, is found dead in his hotel room. Security footage shows Joranne leaving the hotel alone. He confesses, saying he killed her after she confronted him about his involvement in Natalee's case. Joranne is sentenced to 28 years in prison in Peru. Chapter 8. Peru, 2023. In June 2023, Joranne van der Sloot is extradited to the U.S. to face charges of extortion and fraud against Beth Holloway. Despite his plea of not guilty, the case brings renewed hope for answers about Natalee. After the U.S. trial, he will return to Peru to serve the rest of his sentence. Chapter 9. Memories. To this day, Beth Holloway and Natalee's friends continue to seek justice and remember Natalee for the person she was. They hope for closure and answers to what happened to Natalee Holloway. The case remains a poignant example of the far-reaching impact of losing a loved one, affecting not only Natalee's family, but also her friends, some of whom have developed anxiety and other issues as a result. They continue to honor her memory and fight for justice, hoping one day to finally know the truth. Thank you for watching Dark Chronicles. We appreciate your time and interest in these mysterious stories. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mysterious stories. Your engagement helps us reach more people. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the world's most intriguing and unsolved cases. Your support helps us keep these stories alive. By sharing these videos, you help spread awareness. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe. The world is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Your support helps us keep these stories alive. By being a part of our community, you help us shine a light on the mysteries.